It is Saturday, the 8th of February, 2025. My name is Pigeon Rose, and this is my song of the day. Today we're taking it back, doing a pretty old song in the grand scheme of things of my podcast, really. This song is called Where Do You Go To, My Lovely, and it's by Peter Sarstedt, originally released on his self-titled album in 1969. Nice. Now, I'm pretty sure my dad showed me this song at some point, which is how I fully got into it, but I would have actually first heard it in the Darjeeling Limited because it's in that movie. But I didn't really properly pay attention to it until my dad showed it to me. Although it explains why when he showed it to me it sounded familiar, I just couldn't place it. But anyway, this is exactly the kind of song I love. It's like a storytelling song with lots of specific detail, although a lot of the detail is just referencing various parts of pop culture, a lot of which I don't get because I'm young. But it's still, I just really like how this song is structured and the way it sounds and the kind of lyrical style. So let's go listen to it now and then come back in a few minutes and talk about it. And that is Where Do You Go To, My Lovely by Peter Sarstedt. I love this song because it has this kind of chill vibe throughout with the accordion and the guitar, but the bit of strings that come in towards the end give it this little bit of tension. I really like it. The lyrics talk about this, it's a guy singing to a girl talking about how she lives this highfalutin life, going to fancy parties and meeting all of these wealthy people, and he's kind of wondering what goes on in that head of yours, is this really what you want? Is this really who you are? I want to look inside your head. And then at the end he reveals that he actually knows that she comes from a poor background. And it's just kind of an interesting story. There's been theories about who the song is about. Some people thought that it was about Sophia Loren, who also grew up poor in Naples. Some people said it was about Nina van Pallant, who's a Danish singer and actress. Apparently, at some point he stated that it was actually written about a socialite that he knew who died in a fire, but he later recanted this in 2009 and said that that was a lie, and said that the song was actually just about his girlfriend at the time who he met in Paris. So that's fun. It's like You're So Vain. People trying to figure out who it's about, and that's not really the point. It's just an interesting story. Anyway, let's go through the lyrics. You talk like Marlene Dietrich, and you dance like Zizi Jean-Mer. Your clothes are all made by Balmain, and there's diamonds and pearls in your hair. Yes, there are. You live in a fancy apartment off the Boulevard Saint-Michel, where you keep your Rolling Stones records and a friend of Sacha Distel. Yes, you do. You go to the embassy parties, where you talk in Russian and Greek, and the young men who move in your circles, they hang on every word you speak. Yes, they do. But where do you go to, my lovely, when you're alone in your bed? Tell me the thoughts that surround you. I want to look inside your head. Yes, I do. I love the recurring thing throughout this song, verses ending with yes, you do, or yes, there are, or whatever like that. I just love that as a little affectation. It's great. So, you talk like Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich, very famous German actress and singer. You dance like Zizi Jean-Mer. Zizi Jean-Mer was a French ballet dancer. Your clothes are all made by Balmain. Pierre Balmain was a French fashion designer. And there's diamonds and pearls in your hair. So he's talking about how, she lives fancy. She wears all this fancy clothes and fancy jewelry. You live in a fancy apartment off the Boulevard Saint-Michel. So that's a place in Paris where you keep your Rolling Stones records. I mean, you know who Rolling Stones are. And a friend of Sacha Distel. So Sacha Distel was a French singer and actor as well. You go to the embassy parties where you talk in Russian and Greek, and the young men who move in your circles, they hang on every word you speak. Yes, they do. So talking about how she's kind of Neapolitan. She has all these different language skills, and there's all these men who are interested in her. And then it goes into, but where do you go to, my lovely, when you're alone in your bed? Tell me the thoughts that surround you. I want to look inside your head. Yes, I do. So he wants to know what she's actually like when she's alone and what she is in the dark, I've seen all your qualifications you got from the Sorbonne and the painting you stole from Picasso. Your loveliness goes on and on. Yes, it does. When you go on your summer vacation, you go to Juan Lapin with your carefully designed topless swimsuit. You get an even suntan on your back and on your legs. And when the snow falls, you're found in Sommeritz with the others of the jet set, and you sip your Napoleon brandy, but you never get your lips wet. No, you don't. So the Sorbonne is a very famous university based in Paris. It's very prestigious to have qualifications from the Sorbonne, And the painting you stole from Picasso, I mean, it's just saying that she has an original Picasso is impressive, right? Your loveliness goes on and on. When you go on your summer vacation, you go to Juan Lapin, so that's a resort in France, with your carefully designed topless swimsuit. That is an actual thing that existed in the 1960s kind of free love, sexual revolution sort of thing. It was an anti very nudity shaming thing, you know. You get an even suntan on your back and on your legs. I love that it subverts the trend of the yes you do or whatever to and on your legs. It's just very funny to me. And when the snow falls, you're found in Sommeritz. So Sommeritz is a place in Switzerland. It's a very exclusive ski resort with the others of the Jet Set. So the Jet Set was like a I guess you call it a social movement. It's like a term for people in the 60s who, you know, they were rich celebrities flying around all the time, hence Jet Set, like they were on jets, right? And you sip your Napoleon brandy. Again, Napoleon brandy is a very expensive and prestigious brandy, but you never get your lips wet. It's very like, you know, don't let the wine touch your lips sort of thing. But where do you go to my lovely, as of the chorus again, yeah. And then, incidentally, by the way, the version I listened to just now, before talking about the song, is the single version, and the album version is slightly longer. So this verse I'm about to read is not in the version that I listened to, and I will presumably be linking down below. You're in between 20 and 30. That's a very desirable age. Your body is firm and inviting, but you live on a glittering stage. Yes, you do. No wonder that isn't in the single version. It's kind of a weird one to say, I think. Firm and inviting. Ugh. Anyway, your name is heard in high places. You know the Aga Khan. He sent you a racehorse for Christmas, and you keep it just for fun, for a laugh. Ahaha. They say that when you get married, it'll be to a millionaire, but they don't realize where you came from, and I wonder if they really care or give a damn. But where do you go to, my lovely, when you're alone in your bed? Tell me the thoughts that surround you. I want to look inside your head. Yes, I do. So the Aga Khan is the Imam of the Nizari branch of Shia Islam, and the current Aga Khan is the same one being sung about here because he's been the Aga Khan since 1957, which is wild. He sent you a racehorse for Christmas because the Aga Khan is like, he's a famous horse breeder, and you keep it just for fun, for a laugh. Ha ha ha. That's my favorite bit of the subverting of the form. Just the for a laugh. Ha ha ha. It feels very sarcastic, right? They say that when you get married, it'll be to a millionaire, but they don't realize where you came from, and I wonder if they really care or give a damn. So that's where he first hints at the her growing up poor thing. He just kind of drops the crumbs in there, but then you get the chorus, and then it goes to, I remember the back streets of Naples, two children begging in rags, both touched with a burning ambition to shake off their lonely born tags. They tried. So look into my face, Mary Claire, and remember just who you are, then go and forget me forever, but I know you still bear the scar deep inside. I know where you go to, my lovely, when you're alone in your bed. I know the thoughts that surround you because I can look inside your head. So this is the big twist here. He talks about not only did she grow up poor in Naples, but he grew up on the streets with her, and he addressed her as Marie Claire, and remember just who you are, then go and forget me forever, but I know you still bear the scar deep inside. He's kind of saying, like, it's almost like he's saying, I don't really care about us being friends or keeping in contact, but I know that this thing still weighs heavily on your soul, you know. And then he says that he knows what her thoughts are. I love this song. I just think it's a really interesting kind of character description exercise, and it's got a great melody to it and great tune. And that's pretty much it, I guess. Thank you so much for listening. Please hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell other people about this show. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.
Break it down.